It's Johnson Model SD20. It's the last of the rotary valved alternate firing Johnsons that started in 1930, and this is 1947. It has a vacuum pressure intake and exhaust. The standard wheel for it has the exit of the water, but you can see it with this high-speed propeller right there, that hole above the propeller hub. That's where the water comes out, and the water gets forced in right there. And it's direct drive, no gear shift. It does have some fairly modern features. It's got a full shroud. It has a pressurized gas tank, tall boy, yes they called it. So the fuel is fairly modern. It does not have a synchronized carburetor. You still have the spark advance, and then you've got the carburetor here, and the throttle in this particular case on the remote is a squeeze throttle. That activates the throttle itself, the throttle plate. It's a fairly smooth running engine. It's got a very, very complicated carburetor. A couple of stages. You start it here. That's a shut-off valve, and then that's the carburetor adjustment, and then this is the pump to prime it, and that's all in one knob. And this is your low-speed knob here, and this is a fake edition, which you never would have seen in the 20s, maybe even in the 30s, but in the 40s after World War II, extra knob is always a good thing, kind of like the jet fins that came a little later. This engine runs quite nicely. It has been cosmetically restored. I didn't have to do a lot to it. I replaced seals that needed to be done, but it's a plain valved top and bottom bearing. It's nice running. The aftermarket, it's an aftermarket steering bar on it. That mounts where the handle did go. And the propeller, the standard propeller that comes with it, you can see the exit holes for that water. Because on this one, the hub is much larger, and the water comes into the hub and then exits out through these holes. The boat it's on is a Canoozy Custom Craft PB12, I believe. It's a fairly hefty boat. It's rugged, and it goes really fast. It has a very slight V bottom, where I think the speed comes from, because it gives it reduced wetted surface. The faster you go, the less wetted surface you have. And it's a nice running boat. It's my test platform for all of these. It's this rig does about 30 with that high-speed propeller on it, and runs quite nicely. The engine's a good idler, and it's also runs quite well. So we'll see how it runs a little later on. Okie doke.